to More Fanime. I'm your fan of More Anime. What's up, everybody? Today, I'm doing another unboxing video. I'm going to be unboxing my first Brook figure from the One Piece. Now that I think about it, does Brook have a last name? Or is he just Brook? The Soul King Brook. But does he have a last name? I'm going to look that up right here, right now. Soul King Brook. It just says Brook. Soul King Brook, the musician of the Straw Hat Pirates. I'm going to go with it. Brook from One Piece. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you're missing out, because he's one of the best anime characters that I never knew I wanted. A talking skeleton with an afro from a series about pirates who have magical devil fruit abilities. Yes! Brook. Where is it? I just had my birthday yesterday. But this is my new prized possession right here, right now. It might be my crown jewel of my One Piece figures. Like, it is fan-freaking-tastic. This toy, or figure, or statue, whatever you want to call it, was made in 2010. She found it on Macari. I'm not sure for how much, but it was an amazing birthday surprise, and I am very excited. I don't know where I'm going to fit this thing. This thing is so tall. It's like 12, 13, 14 inches tall. It is at minimum a foot. I can't tell from just it being in the box. I have yet to open this box. This box has some dents in it. I always open. Look up there. Look at those other badass figures. I don't have a Brook yet. I don't have a Chopper yet. I don't have a Jimbei yet. If you want to comment down below and send me a Chopper and a Jimbei, I'm here for it. But eventually I'll get one. So this Brook is absolutely beautiful. It is from the Strong World movie. It says Excellent Model Series. P.O.P. Portrait.of.Pirates. Strong Edition. Made in China. 2010. It's absolutely gorgeous. The back is all in Japanese, so I can't really read that. But I am so excited. Brook is a character that I never thought I would like as much as I do now. He kicked absolute ass and was the MVP of Whole Cake Island. This dude had an amazing debut at Thriller Bark and has consistently been just a delight since he's been part of the Straw Hat crew. I mean, his debut is something I'll always remember. I mean, does he poop? Yes. How? I don't know. Yo! How does he does it? He doesn't have orchids. Either way, we got our bone punny, panty-loving Brook to open up here today. Let's do this. Here we go. I'm not sure if this has been opened before, because the tape is missing, and it was sent from Macari. It is a second-hand figure. It could be one of those things where they kept the box. I don't know where people keep these boxes. I throw mine away because I love my figures, and I've sold them before, like older figures, out of the box, and got about the same amount as I paid for them. Maybe you just get a better deal if you still have the box. But the box is dented up. It's like you still have a damaged box here. If you're going to save the boxes, you might as well have like some kind of storage unit to keep them pristine, or you just get rid of them. Get rid of them and put these bad boys in a curio cabinet, save them from getting dusty, and preserve them, and maybe one day sell them for a much higher price. Or if you're like me and you love One Piece and One Piece is life, you're going to keep these for the rest of your life, unless you get a better version of the same character. Then you sell it. That's one thing I didn't think of. Then you in your brain hole, you think about it, you're like, oh, I just got a new gift. I got a better Frankie or a better Luffy. I don't need 2. I don't need 3. Let's just go ahead and get rid of this extra one, get a little cashola, and then I'll get the next figure. One figure I really want to get is the Arlong figure that's on Amazon. Oh my goodness, that thing is gorgeous. But, oh my god. This guy, this Brook, here is B-E-A. Beautiful. This is awesome. Like, he's got a few parts. Whoa. I do believe this has been opened before. His hand just fell out, so that is alarming. But it might be part of the thing, because he's got multiple hands here. He's got a dial, a tone dial, as you remember. He keeps the dial inside of his skull, which has like him singing to his crew, I believe, or his crew singing together. The crew that died on the sea, the high seas. He's got this shotgun thing, this musket-like weapon that he used in Strong World along with the rest of the crew. I'm not 100% sure how that's supposed to go. It does look like you can put the weapon in his hand, but there is a strap that I assume just wraps around it. Either way, you can put a shotgun musket in his hand. Very fun, very interesting, but it would be cool if you could press a button on him. And he's like, "Can I see your panties?" It looks like his skull does open up, just like in the anime, but I don't know how. Is it? I don't want to break it. Oh, yeah, look at that. It does open up. His skull pops open along with his froski. He's in a badass suit from Strong World. Looks very reminiscent of his normal attire. Let's see if the dial, the tone dial, goes in his head, which is great. You can even keep his extra hand, because he's got multiple hands in his head, just so you don't have to put that anywhere. That does make a difference. It really does. I really hate having to keep their accessories or other hands in like a container somewhere and never touch them again, because I like a certain face that's in the character. Like, look at this. Look how detailed this is. Obviously, I'll get some better pickup shots than just me holding this in front of this camera, but it is beautiful. I'm not even messing around here, folks. I highly recommend, if you can find this figure, which I assume is no longer being made, find it and get it. If you love Brook, if Brook is your favorite character, oh my God, you would lose your absolute shiznit. There is a hat. He does have a top hat, which you can apply or not apply to him. Oh shit. Oh shit. Look at that top hat. This is gorgeous. There is nothing wrong with this figure, and guess what? I didn't even see this. I did not even see this. He's got his cane and his sword. I would have been happy with the musket he used in that movie, but he's got his badass cane sword. It does not look like, sadly, I was a little too excited because I thought it went into the cane, but it looks like the cane and the cane sword are two separate pieces. I'm not sure if I want to give him his cane or if I want to give him his sword, because the cane looks kind of cool. Just him walking around with his cane looking all fancy. Otherwise, you put the sword in the other hand. Let's see. I don't want to give him two because, he doesn't have two cane swords. He's only got the one. But otherwise, you could do something like this, or he's got the cane sword in his hand. You got options. I'm really enjoying this. This is fantastic. He's got his extra hand inside his head along with that tone dial. So everything's looking pretty badass. This might be one of the best One Piece figures I own right now, quality-wise. I really hope my wife didn't spend too much money on this badass fig. She said she got a good deal. I love it. And Strong World, if you didn't know, if you haven't been following my videos, is my favorite One Piece film. If you haven't seen One Piece Strong World, if you don't watch the One Piece movies because they are technically filler, I highly recommend Strong World. It is my absolute favorite. I saw it in theaters when it came back to theaters last year, and it was worth every second. I'm trying to get him on his little stand that says Brook. It says Strong World, One Piece film Strong World on it. This is gorgeous. I am so excited to put this guy. He's so tall. How tall is Brook? Because I'm pretty sure he's a tall SOB in the anime. He's at least as tall as Frankie, if not taller. Is he the tallest Straw Hat? Like currently? Maybe if Yamato had joined, Yamato might have taken that from Brook, and it looks like his little gun straps around his body, which is going to be nice. So I am trying to make that happen for us. But look at this guy. He is fantastic. I don't know what else to say about it. I just highly recommend this Strong World Brook. If I found out they made one of these for every crew member, I do have the Strong World Luffy up there if you haven't seen it yet. It's probably from a similar, I don't know if it's from the similar brand. I think that was a Banpresto. I don't believe this is Banpresto. Let me look. Nope, not Banpresto, but it says Toei Animation and all the fun things, but not Banpresto. But if I find out they have one of every one of the Strong World members in this scale and size and quality, I might have to go trade all those bad boys in to get them. If they're all the same, oh, this is fantastic. This is a crown jewel. This is something you put in the centerpiece of your display. This is something you bust out during Halloween. This is something that is beyond just One Piece. This is a great figure. If you have friends that just like skeletons and spooky things, you got this guy right here to give it to them. But I mean, in a lot of ways, I know a lot of spooky people who love, Halloween and all that, that jazz. I love good scary movie as well. Brook is technically like a monster movie type character. He's a skeleton man with an afro. This character could get people to watch One Piece who would normally not watch anime or not watch One Piece because of its length. But if you tell them there is a main character, a part of the Straw Hats, who's a living, walking skeleton sort of based off of The Nightmare Before Christmas, you're going to get a whole new friend that loves One Piece as well. I'm like, you have to watch like 200 episodes or read like 200 chapters before you get to meet him. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, Brook is a late game player, pre-time skip. But once he's there, and his presence is known. And he doesn't get all the screen time like Sanji and Zoro. That doesn't happen for Brook, but he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. He's over as all heck. And when he needs to step up, when he needs to go toe to toe with a Yonko, he's willing to do it, even if it means his life, even though he's not even really living. I know he's alive. He eats the life fruit or the soul fruit. Some shiz, I can't remember. It's one of the two. But rebirth fruit, is it a reborn fruit? But he was brought back to life. He can manipulate his own soul and get people jazzed up or very sleepy with his music as well. He has musical powers. He can, inspire people's souls to do some shiz. He's a fantastic character, and a character who's been teased essentially since the Arlong Park arc, when Luffy was like, now we need to get a musician. It might have even been before that Luffy said, I want to get a musician. And it's like, Luffy, we need a doctor. Zoro could die at any moment. Have you seen his wounds? And then, Luffy's like, yeah, okay, we'll get a doctor. But then, musician. And we got this guy. We got Brook. And he's fucking fantastic. And so is this figure. And this figure makes me a bigger fan of Brook. And I already was a good fan of Brook, a big fan of Brook. Brook is moving up in the steps of being a favorite Straw Hat for this guy, just because of how well and amazing this figure looks. There's a lot to say about the Brookmeister, but I'm not going to waste your time. What do you got to say in the comments below? Let me know your favorite Brook moment. Mine is his pretty much everything he does in Whole Cake Island. But really, he's always a laugh. Anything he does. He's like the second pervert in the crew too. Like he's the second swordsman in the crew. Like all these things he does it in his own way. He makes himself known. I mean, his first debut in the anime for me, seeing him in action, I saw him in the manga already, but in animation was the Strong World movie, which makes this figure that much more special for me. And his debut was hilarious when the man-eating ants were coming after Frankie and Nico Robin, and Frankie's like, why? Or no, Brook is like, why didn't they come after me? And Frankie's like, well, you got no meat on your bones. They're not going to eat you. And he just took it as an offense. And then he does his cool thing where he walks by with his cane sword and notch slash. And then all the ants go down. I thought that was insanely cool. And it tracks with his character, of course. And then the funny moment where the ants ate this giant sea creature and it turned it into a skeleton. And Brook looks over at it and he goes, oh, he's like me now. I could not stop laughing in the theater. Highly recommend Strong World, and I will continue to sing its praises because it's fan-freaking-tastic. This is more Fanime. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you later.